23. Okay, there are only 23 students. Should I start? Yes, please reply. Can you hear me properly? Should I start? Very good. Okay. I will share the screen now. Please mute yourself. I will share the screen. Let us start. Can you see my screen? Any problem? You can see my screen? Yes. Okay, fine. We will continue with the venomous snakes or poisonous snakes. As we have seen, I will just revise in short in 5 minutes. I will revise yesterday's lecture. We have seen the main 5 types of poisonous snakes commonly found in India. So poisonous snakes found in India are vasculotoxic, what we call them as vipers, then neurotoxic, what we call them as elapids, and third group of poisonous snakes found in India is myotoxic snakes, which are examples of myotoxic snakes are sea snakes. So these are the three groups of the poisonous snakes found in India. We have seen the contents of snake venom. I will just revise in short, then we will go further. So, snake venom contains fibrinolysin, proteolysin, neurotoxin, and cholinesterase mainly in elapids, hemolysin, and thromboplastin, which affects the blood cells and affects the coagulation mechanism or clotting mechanism of the blood found in vipers, agglutinins, cardiotoxins, coagulase, and hyaluronidase. Then examples of neurotoxic or elapid snake are cobra and crate. Crate and cobra. Crate is manyar, cobra is nag. Then vipers, example of vipers or vasculotoxic snakes are Russell's viper, that is Gonus, and saw-scaled viper, that is Fursae. So these are the vasculotoxic, and sea snakes are myotoxic. Neurotoxic venom will affect the nerves. It will affect the nerve and it will cause paralysis. So it will cause paralysis of the muscles of the throat. So patient will have difficulty in speaking. It will also affect the muscles of the respiration. That will make the respiration difficult. Patient may even need ventilator. Patient will develop paralysis, and in case of cobra, there can also be convulsion along with the paralysis. Then local symptoms at the site are minimal, and next is vasculotoxic. Vasculotoxic venom, where there is enzymatic destruction of cell wall and coagulation disorders. Here the blood fails to clot. Blood fails to clot, and there can be massive bleeding from any site. So local oozing of the blood, the bite site, at the bite site where actually the snake has bitten, vasculotoxic snake has bitten, there will be local oozing of the blood at the bite site with severe swelling and spreading cellulitis, where there will not be much manifestation or much signs in neurotoxic or elapid snake at the site of bite, but at the site of bite of vasculotoxic snake or viper snake, the local manifestations are very severe. It can cause cellulitis, and bleeding can occur from any orifice, from the nose, from the rectum, from the vagina, from the urethra, from the gums, from anywhere the patient can go on bleeding because of clotting disorders. Myotoxin, we have seen the myotoxic snakes are sea snakes. They will alter the metabolism in the muscle. Patient will develop myoglobinuria. Large amount of myoglobin will be released in the circulation. Signs and symptoms, we have seen the factors affecting or the degree of toxicity will depend upon the factors like size of the person bitten, size or age of the snake, whether the snake has recently come out of hibernation, whether the bite is on the naked skin or bite is through the clothing, whether the snake recently had its prey or not, and the timing of the bite. Nocturnal bites, the bites at night time, are more dangerous or more serious than day bites. So these are some of the factors which will decide the degree of toxicity. Now, okay, we had finished up to here. Now we'll see signs and symptoms of elapid snake bite. Signs and symptoms of elapid bite. Elapid, where is the action of elapids? Where is the action of elapid snakes? Yes, it affects the nervous system. That's why they are also called as neurotoxics. Elapids are also called as neurotoxics. Hmm? So local symptoms are mild. So the site of the bite, the point where actually the snake has bitten, at that local site the symptoms are minimal and patient will develop the neurotoxic effect. Once the poison will be absorbed systemically, it will manifest neurotoxic effects. There can be slight burning at the bite side with triple response. Now triple response I will not explain, you have studied it in the pathology, in general pathology, how the triple response occurs, and that is the beginning of which pathological condition triple response is seen in. What is the name for the triple response? Now this is the matter of pathology. I need not go in detail with that, but just asking you as whether you know the basic knowledge. Triple response is also called. What is the name for the triple response? Some scientist name is there. Have you heard of Lewis triple response? Lewis triple response. It is in pathology. I have studied it in my second year. Still I can remember. No, Lewis triple response. Have you heard of flush, flare, and wheel? Flush, flare and wheel, that is called a triple response. The three changes that are taking place at the beginning of any inflammatory process is called a Lewis triple response, Lewis, Lewis triple response, that is manifested by flush, flare and wheel. ऐकले का कधी जनरल पॅथॉलॉजी मध्ये? अरे बापरे, इन्फ्लामेशन झाले का? इन्फ्लामेशन हॅज बीन कंप्लीटेड इन जनरल पॅथॉलॉजी. इन्फ्लामेशन. इतना सन्नाटा क्यों है भाई? कोणी तोंड उघडायलाच तयार नाही बाबा. असे विचार, असं शांत बसलेत ॲज इफ आय एम आस्किंग समथिंग आउट ऑफ सिलेबस और समथिंग व्हेरी डेंजरस दॅट यू हॅव नेव्हर हर्ड ऑफ. नाही, कोणीच नाही ऐकलं लुईस लुईस ट्रिपल इज फ्रॉम. ओके, लेट मी नो वेदर इन्फ्लामेशन हॅज बीन कंप्लीटेड इन जनरल पॅथॉलॉजी ऑर नॉट. लेट मी नो. म्हणजे मला कळेल मग तुम्हाला माहिती असेल की नाही. इन्फ्लामेशन झाले की नाही जनरल पॅथॉलॉजी मध्ये? अरे बोला कोणीतरी. दीपक, तूच बोल बाबा, दुसरं कोणी नाही बोलत. वाटतंय झाले, वाटतंय. हा, येस अंजली, इन्फ्लामेशन कंप्लीटेड. जाऊ दे, मी काय आता पॅथॉलॉजी मध्ये घुसत नाही, माझी FMT राहील मागे. ओके, सो इट इज द. अरे अवघड आहे रे, या सगळ्या बेसिक गोष्टी आहेत. इफ यू आर स्टडीड इन्फ्लमेशन, मला एवढा वेळ घालवायलाच लागणार नाही. लुईस ट्रिपल रिस्पॉन्स, ऑल दीज आर बेसिक थिंग यू आर सपोज टू नो. इन्फ्लमेशन माहिती असेल तर तुम्हाला डिजनरेशन कळेल, तर तुम्हाला नेक्रोसिस कळेल, तर तुम्हाला गँग्रीन कळेल. सो इन्फ्लमेशन इज द बेसिक रिस्पॉन्स ऑफ एनी लिव्हिंग टिश्यू टू एनी इंजुरी. कुठलीही इंजुरी झाली शरीरामध्ये, that injury will be responded by some inflammatory response, and inflammation will begin with this triple response of Lewis. What we call it as Lewis triple response. It is manifested as flush, flare and wheel. No, I will not go in detail with that. Forget it. You read it from your pathology. Okay, so because the elapid bite will cause neurotoxic effect, when it will be absorbed systemically, it will cause giddiness. आता पेशंटला चक्कर यायला सुरुवात होईल, गिडीनेस, लिथार्जी, वीकनेस, संपूर्ण शरीरात एकदम वीकनेस, पेशंटला पाऊल सुद्धा टाकता येत नाही, बिकॉज ईच अँड एव्हरी मसल विल बी पॅरलाइज्ड. Muscle weakness and paralyzed. Patient will have profuse salivation, vomiting, then there will be weakness in the legs and staggering. Staggering म्हणजे दारोड्यासारखं सरळ चालता येणार नाही, अडखळत अडखळत चालेल, because the power in the muscles has been lost. Patient will have difficulty in speaking and swallowing because muscles in the throat, muscles in the larynx, muscles in the pharynx, they all will get paralyzed. So patient will have difficulty in speaking, आवाज जाईल पेशंटचा. Patient will have difficulty in swallowing. Then ptosis. What is ptosis? P is silent. What is ptosis? परत सन्नाटा. What is ptosis? अरे पोरांनो, सेकंड इयरची पोरं तुम्ही, व्हॉट इज टोसिस बोला रे कोणीतरी, पटपट पटपट. अशा गोष्टींसाठी लेक्चर आडलं नाही पाहिजे. बोला, व्हॉट इज टोसिस? एकाला नाही माहित. येस येस, बोला कोणीतरी. अंजली, व्हॉट इज टोसिस? हा, आवाज येत नाही, आवाज येत नाही. नाही, अजिबात आवाज येत नाही मला. ड्रुपिंग ऑफ आयलिड म्हणजे पेशंटला डोळेच उघडता येत नाहीत. आता तुम्ही विचार करा, डोळे उघडायला हं? डोळे उघडायला किती ताकद लागते? म्हणजे वरच्या काय म्हणतात त्याला, पापणी वर उचलायला किती ताकद लागते? तेवढी सुद्धा ताकद नसते पेशंटच्या मसलमध्ये, बिकॉज ईच अँड एव्हरी मसल इज पॅरलाइज्ड. सो द मसल्स विच आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर मुवमेंट ऑफ द, म्हणजे आपले डोळे उघड झाप करण्यासाठी ज्या मसल्स लागतात, ऑर्बिक्युलरिस, काय रे नाव? ऑर्बिक्युलरिस ऑक्युलाय ना? ऑर्बिक्युलरिस ऑक्युलाय वगैरे हे छोटे छोटे मसल्स आहेत, त्या सुद्धा पॅरलाइज होतात. सो पेशंट विल हॅव टोसिस अँड पॅरालिसिस ऑफ एक्स्ट्रा ऑक्युलर मसल. एक्स्ट्रा ऑक्युलर मसल म्हणजे आपण इकडे तिकडे बघतो ना, डोळ्याची हालचाल इकडे तिकडे बघतो आपण, डावीकडे उजवीकडे वर खाली, त्या एक्स्ट्रा ऑक्युलर मसल्स दे ऑल्सो गेट पॅरलाइज्ड. देन पेशंट विल हॅव स्लो अँड डिफिकल्ट ब्रिदिंग. श्वास घ्यायला सुद्धा पेशंटला त्रास होतो. Patient is conscious but unable to speak because his laryngeal muscles, all the muscles of the tongue, each and every muscle in the throat, all muscles have been paralyzed. That's why patient will have difficult speaking. शुद्धीवर असतो पेशंट, शेजारी कोण आहे, काय चाललंय सगळं कळत असतं त्याला. मेंटली पेशंट इज व्हेरी मच अलर्ट बट नॉट एबल टू स्पीक बिकॉज ऑफ paralysis of all the muscles. And after 2 hours, his paralysis condition, if it is maintained for more than 2 hours, so after 2 hours respiration will be ceased, and it may be with or without convulsion. Now why I have mentioned with or without convulsion? Because convulsions are present in cobra bite, and paralysis, only paralysis is there in case of crate bite. कोब्रामध्ये कन्व्हल्जन्स पण येतात पेशंटला पॅरालिसिस बरोबर, आणि मण्यार किंवा तुमच्या क्रेटच्या बाईटमध्ये कन्व्हल्जन्स नसतात. सो विथ ऑर विदाउट कन्व्हल्जन डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द स्नेक विच हॅज बिटन अँड हार्ट स्टॉप्स. इफ द पेशंट सर्वाइव्स द पॅरालिसिस, म्हणजे या पॅरालिसिसच्या स्टेजमध्ये पेशंटला व्यवस्थित ट्रीटमेंट मिळाली, इफ द पेशंट रिकवर्स फ्रॉम दिस स्टेज ऑफ पॅरालिसिस, द रिकव्हरी इज नाईस. म्हणजे इथून आता त्याच्या जीवावरचा धोका, द पेशंट विल कम आउट ऑफ द डेंजर. इफ द पेशंट सर्वाइव्स द पॅरालिसिस, patient will recover. So chances of death will be reduced. During recovery, there will be necrosis. There will be necrosis at the bite site and patient can develop gangrene. आता हे local manifestations व्हॅस्क्युलोटॉक्सिक मध्ये जास्त असतात. लोकल मॅनिफेस्टेशन्स ॲट द साइट ऑफ बाईट आर मोर सिव्हिअर in case of vasculotoxic bite, but in neurotoxic bite also, in elapid bite also, there can be destruction or local necrosis can occur at the site of bite. So during recovery म्हणजे एक आठवड्यानंतर there will be destruction or that ulcerations of the skin and cellular tissue around the bite site, and there can be necrosis. Now signs and symptoms of viper bite. Got the important manifestation of elapid bite. Signs and symptoms. Remember one thing, in elapid bite the most important thing that you will have to stress on is paralysis. Remember, paralysis and paralysis. Each and every muscle will get paralyzed. Patient will not be able to open the eyes, patient will not be able to swallow, patient will not be able to talk, patient will not be able to move, but he will remain conscious till end. शेवटपर्यंत the person will be conscious. That will be followed by terminal convulsions and patient will die in case of cobra, and absence of convulsions in case of crate. Then we will come to the next type of poisonous snake. Group of poisonous snake is viper bite. Viper, where is the action of vipers? VV, I had told you the hint to remember. VV, vasculotoxic. Vipers are vasculotoxic. Vipers are vasculotoxic. You can remember it as VV. Vipers are vasculotoxic. They will affect the circulatory system. So the first point is local symptoms are very severe. Local manifestations are very severe because at the site of bite there will be continuous oozing. Because of the local action of the toxin, person will develop necrosis at the site of bite, and even it can lead to gangrene. म्हणजे कधी कधी तर ज्या बोटाला हाताला पायाला चावलेला असेल तर तो भाग म्हणजे कधी कधी ते इतकं सिव्हिअर नेक्रोसिस आणि गँग्रीन होतो पेशंटला की समटाइम्स दॅट बिटन लिंब, तो हाताचा भाग किंवा पायाचा भाग काढूनही टाकायला लागतो. यू नीड टू अम्प्युट इट. अम्प्युटेशनही करायला लागतं काही काही पेशंटमध्ये. So there will be intense local pain which is absent in elapids, There will be intense local pain with swelling, ecchymosis and severe oozing of hemolytic blood. Blisters can appear, भाजल्यासारख्या फोड्या येतात because of the local action of the toxin. There will be continuous oozing of hemolytic blood, कारण blood clotच होत नाही ना याच्यामध्ये. Hemolytic blood will be continuously oozing and blisters can appear at and around the site of bite. And patient will have nausea, vomiting, and patient will now develop the symptoms of circulatory collapse. Why? Because patient is bleeding from anywhere. मग ते bleeding तुम्हाला दिसेल पण काही काही पेशंट मध्ये ते दिसणार पण नाही. मग न दिसणारं ब्लिडिंग कुठे होईल? पोटामध्ये होईल. पेरिटोनियल कॅव्हिटीमध्ये कुठेतरी लार्ज 1-2 लिटरचं ब्लिडिंग होऊ शकतं. सो देर कॅन बी कलेक्शन ऑफ ब्लड इन द पेरिटोनियल कॅव्हिटी, what or in the pelvic cavity also. So what we call it as concealed bleeding, की जे दिसत नाही आपल्याला बाहेरून. So patient will go into shock or patient will collapse because of circulatory collapse with cold clammy skin, rapid and feeble pulse. That is because of drop in the circulating volume of the blood. The pupils will be dilated, they are insensitive to light, and there will be complete loss of consciousness because now blood supply to the brain will be stopped, will be reduced. It will cause complete loss of consciousness, and there can be intravascular hemolysis. The RBCs will break down within the vessels. Intravascular hemolysis can cause hemoglobinuria. So patient will develop hemoglobinuria, that is dark color urine, brown colored urine. Then petechial hemorrhages, कारण कुठेही ब्लिडिंग होते पेशंटला. सो पेशंट कॅन ब्लीड बिलो द स्किन, बिलो द म्युकोजा. मग त्याचे डोळे लाल होतील. कंजंक्टिव्हामध्ये ब्लिडिंग झालं तर पेशंट विल हॅव ब्लड शॉट आईज. Patient can have hemoptysis. What is hemoptysis? Presence of blood in the expectoration, or patient can have bleeding gums or bleeding from any orifice. So patient can bleed from anywhere. कुठूनही bleeding होऊ शकतं पेशंटला. Per vaginal bleeding, per rectal bleeding, hematemesis or concealed bleeding like intraperitoneal hemorrhage. There can be bleeding from anywhere. And hemorrhages can cause ATN, that is acute tubular necrosis. So acute tubular necrosis is the another name of renal failure or kidney failure. So patient can go into renal failure. का होतं renal failure? Anyone can tell me why hemorrhage or hypovolemia will cause renal failure? Anyone can tell me? If you have studied it in systemic pathology or diseases of kidney in systemic pathology, why the renal failure will occur in case of hemorrhage, hypovolemia, or any shock like condition, any shock? Anyone? No. What is the blood pressure required for formation of urine in the glomerulus? What is the blood pressure that is required for the formation of urine? The blood pressure that is required in the glomerulus for the formation of urine. फिर एक बार सन्नाटा हो गया. प्रश्न विचारला की सगळे शांत. Okay, very good. And death can occur from circulatory collapse. So patient will have hypotension. Circulating volume of blood has dropped because of bleeding. Patient will have hypovolemia. So circulatory system will collapse. Blood pressure will drop. Pulse will be rapid and feeble. Cold, clammy skin. Patient will go into shock. And if the patient survives, the local lesions are aggravated, there will be secondary infection, will lead to suppuration, necrosis, and even gangrene, and the affected limb may need to be amputated. म्हणजे कधी कधी त्या पेशंटचा तो ज्या पायाला हाताला साप चावलेला आहे तो भाग काढूनही टाकायला लागतो because of gangrene. Then third type of poisonous snake, third group of poisonous snake is sea snake. Sea snakes are myotoxic. Sea snakes are myotoxic. They will affect the muscles. So bite is felt as a sharp initial prick, जोरात सुई टोचल्यासारखा. The bite of a sea snake will be felt as a sharp initial prick. Later on it becomes painless, and after 1 to 2 hours patient will develop, as the poison will circulate systemically, as the poison will be absorbed systemically, there will be generalized muscle pain. Patient will have pain all over the body. Each and every muscle will ache and with stiffness of the muscles. rigor mortis सारखे, all the muscles will become stiff and hard, and that stiffening will start in the neck and will extend to the limb girdle, म्हणजे shoulder girdle, pelvic girdle, which will affect all the limbs. Then large amount of myoglobin will be released from the muscles into the circulation, and that excessive amount of myoglobin that has been released into the blood will be carried for excretion to the kidneys, and that's why patient will develop dark or brown colored urine. Serum transaminase will be raised, that is because of the metabolic changes taking place in the body, and respiratory failure can occur because of involvement of the muscles of respiration. So this is about the three important groups of the poisonous snakes. The first is elapids, which are neurotoxic. They will cause paralysis and paralysis. You can mention the clinical features accordingly. Then vipers are vasculotoxic. They will affect the circulatory system, they will affect the blood, and that's why patient will go on bleeding. Because of massive bleeding, patient can develop hematemesis, or patient can have bleeding through urine or bleeding through urethra, or patient can have per-rectal bleeding, or there can be concealed bleeding somewhere inside the abdomen, and because of this massive bleeding, patient will go into shock, hypovolemia, will go into renal failure, and circulatory collapse will cause death of the patient. And C-snake will affect all the skeletal muscles in the body and will cause stiffening of all the muscles and myoglobinuria. Got the three groups of poisonous snakes? Everyone, काही problem, काही अडचण, काही कळलं नाही? Please tell me any problem in these three groups of poisonous snakes? बोला. Got everyone? Everyone, everything? Okay. बोला, काही अडचण? अच्छा, ATN बद्दल, acute tubular necrosis बद्दल काही सांगितलं नाही मला. रिनल फेल्युअर का होतो शॉकच्या पेशंटमध्ये? मग तो शॉक न्यूरोजेनिक असो, सायकोजेनिक असो, हायपोओलेमिक असो, सेप्टिक असो, और वाझोवेगल असो, डिफरंट टाइप्स. शॉकचे टाईप माहिती आहेत का आता मी सांगितलेले? शॉक शिकवलंय का जनरल पॅथॉलॉजीमध्ये? शॉक झालाय का? बोला रे पटापटा. जनरल पॅथॉलॉजीमध्ये शॉक शिकवून झालाय का? व्हॉट आर द डिफरंट टाइप्स ऑफ शॉक? आत्ताच मी सांगितले. हायपोओलेमिक, वाझोवेगल, न्यूरोजेनिक, सायकोजेनिक, अजून काय? ते 5-6 प्रकारचे शॉक. सेप्टिक शॉक. तर शॉकमध्ये काय होतं? ब्लड प्रेशर ड्रॉप्स, सर्क्युलेटरी कोलॅप्स ऑफर्स, ब्लड प्रेशर ड्रॉप्स. सो amount of blood that is flowing through the kidneys, amount of blood that is going through the kidneys is reduced. Ultimately blood pressure will be reduced. Blood pressure एकदा का ग्लोमेरुलस मधलं blood pressure drop झालं, what will happen? The amount of blood pressure that is required for formation of urine or filtration of blood through the glomerulus, it will drop. That will cause inadequate filtration of the blood. त्यामुळे urine secrete होणार नाही. urine secrete होणार नाही, and that will cause renal failure. So patient will go into renal failure. Patient of shock will go into, if the shock like condition, if the shock condition is maintained for more than 2 hours, patient will develop renal failure. So इथे hypovolemic shock होते पेशंटला ब्लिडिंग मुळे, so patient will go into renal failure. प्रियांका अल्हाट अँड आय थिंक जवळकर, कोण होती ती? जवळकर का कोण? त्या दोघींनी का बरं लेक्चर सोडलं आता मध्येच? बोथ ऑफ देम हॅव लेफ्ट द मीटिंग. ओके, आय विल सी इन द अटेंडन्स. ओके. Okay, then any problem up to here? Have you understood the three types of poisonous snakes? Elapids, vipers, and sea snake. All these three are yes, all these three are having completely different pathological action. These venoms are having completely different pathological action. Vasculotoxics will cause circulatory collapse because of bleeding. Elapids will cause nervous damage and paralysis of all the muscles, and sea snakes will cause sea snakes will cause pathological changes in the muscles. That is liberation of large amount of myoglobin in the circulation, and it will cause stiffness of muscle and severe pain in each and every muscle of the body. Okay, then got everyone? Chalo. Next time. Yes, yes, yes. अरे काही टॉपिक नाही आहेत त्याच्यामध्ये. म्हणजे मी जे जे टॉपिक सांगतो सांगतो. हो, सांगतो सांगतो. फॉरेन्सिक मेडिसिन असो किंवा टॉक्सिकोलॉजी असो, मी ज्या तुम्हाला पीपीटी शेअर केल्यात ना नोटच्या माझ्या, त्याच्यामध्ये जे टॉपिक्स आहेत, त्याच्यामध्ये जे टॉपिक्स मी कव्हर केलेले आहेत ते अत्यंत चांगले. म्हणजे त्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त तुम्हाला काही वाचायची गरज नाही, त्याच्या व्यतिरिक्त तुम्हाला काही लिहायची गरज नाही पेपरमध्ये. तेवढ्यावर सुद्धा तुम्हाला खूप चांगले मार्क्स मिळतील. पण